Tampa, the weather.
He's in headed to Dallas.
Oh, okay.
He's hanging with the big boys, man.
Don't like I lost her.
I'm gonna step it up now.
So AP, heading
Just
into,
over.
heading into the yesterday's game, you guys had, I believe, 5 turnovers. For the whole season, you had 3 yesterday, 4 sacks. What can you say about the defense?
Just constantly improving, something we talk about and work on each week. It starts individual, then in the team periods. But I think just a conscious effort of our players. Really, you always talk about go get turnovers. Well, go out there and just take them, take them away. And I thought we did a good job pressuring the quarterback. We got a forced fumble there. Then obviously with the interceptions, heads up play by 44. And Jack had one in the end zone to take points off the board.
You got an update on Aiden O'Connell?
No, not yet. We're still waiting on the results.
Are you thinking Desmond's going to be the starter this week? Or?
Yeah, no Aiden. It'll be Desmond. Yeah, as of now.
Having gone through this process of working in a new quarterback a couple times this season, have you learned anything about what works best throughout the week?
Yep, less is more. Less is more. Know who you're dealing with, that quarterback. Really play into the quarterback. It ain't too much what we want to do scheme-wise, coaches with the ideas we have. What works for the quarterback? What are they familiar with? What are they comfortable with? What can we execute at a high level with? And if we do that, we'll put ourselves in better position so we can speed up the game for the quarterback and not slow it down.
Having him in the building for a while now, and he's gotten game action. How valuable is that?
Things been good. I mean, oddly enough, he's played in a lot of games, right? So it's the way the season's gone for us, but there's been some bright spots. There's been some other spots, we wish we had back. But what we do see is a guy that's very competitive, that takes his job serious, and he has an opportunity. If Aiden's not able to go and he's a starter, it's another great opportunity for him to showcase himself.
Coach, with Brock Bowers, obviously he's getting all the highlights. People are covering him. He's getting the respect he deserves. However, it's also becoming a challenge to get him active on your offense yesterday.
Yeah.
You only looked for him a handful of times. So moving forward, how much more of a challenge is it, and how much more do you expect from Scott to be able to provide those opportunities for him?
Yeah, me and Scott talked about that this morning, just finding different ways to move him around, put him in different positions. He's now becoming obviously a key factor for us, but also a key factor for teams to stop. And we never go in the game not thinking about throwing to Brock. Let's put that out there first and foremost. He's our number one option and probably our last option. We'll go through that. But you got to be smart with the ball, and we can't force throws because that happened in the game as well. Force a throw, we got interceptions. So we got to be smart with that. But again, we are a more efficient offense when we get Brock going. And obviously, it was a big day for Big Mike. It was good to see him going. So again, the way the game kind of shapes out each and every week is going to change, and you're going into it with one plan, and it creates opportunities for other players, and those guys have to step up as well.
Now that you had a chance to check out the film, is it anything that you can identify why you guys got off to such a slow start and then had to rally back?
Early in the game, on third down, short yardage on defense, that was the number one thing because that was a long drive to start out the gate. Kind of anticipate them that they would accept and take the kickoff and get their offense out there. I thought offensively, we had a shot on the very first play and we're, a yard or two away. Had another opportunity with Big Mike. That ball's incomplete. So you can see that we're trying to be aggressive out the gate. Didn't hit those throws, created a short field, and now, that's what happened against a very explosive offense. But pump the brakes. Second quarter, these guys kind of focused, dialed in. I thought did a great job competing. You saw the defense there with the 3 turnovers, and then offense finally got going a little bit. And look, we're going to have 14-10 with the ball. And the third quarter, we had the ball for whatever it was, 10-plus minutes down inside the 10-yard line with an opportunity to be down by 1 or take the lead.
I know that you didn't get any points on that drive, but it was 16 plays in over 10 minutes, very balanced. It's something that you talked about a lot. Is that the drive you were looking for?
Yeah, I thought, sincere again, McCormick, that offense, the O-line, outstanding job. Hat for a hat. McCormick, sincere, being very decisive in his running behind his pads, making the first defender miss, and even there's a mistake up front, making it right, by being decisive. So really good drive there. Again, we just got to finish. And that's been kind of our theme this year, right? Getting down all the way into the red zone, inside the 5, and then pump the brakes and, doesn't go our way. So we've got to continue to work on that, which we'll do this week.
Coach, just a quick follow-up question. When you mentioned Sincere McCormick, can you talk a little bit about him and just how much him being on the practice team has helped him come in and take on this role?
So towards the end of last year, I remember him coming up to me, and I was familiar with him, but not so much. And he asked me, what do I need to do to get a bigger role, to get in the game? I'm like, man, you got Josh Jacobs at the time and Zamir. I'm like, hey, man, you got to have a great offseason to work. Well, to his credit, he did. He had a really good offseason. Came in. Again, you're not really talking about him. But to be honest, when we were in training camp, his name came up a lot. But he was down the road. And only thing I told him once, we made the decision with the 53-man roster, he was on the practice squad, just keep working the same way you've been working. You never know when your name's going to get called. And the one thing about him, he was ready. And what we've seen in practice and what you're now seeing in the game has been that consistent player that's worked, that grinds, that's taking care of the opportunity, taking care of the football, running behind his pads, giving us that spark. In the last few weeks, every week I think he had 6, 12, and yes, I believe 15 or 16 carries. This is going to keep improving, and it will again this week.
Seen the same sort of thing with Jason, this
Jason.
gentleman.
Yeah, no, I think he's done a really good job, understanding his role, right? And I think that role is growing more and more as he's making plays and getting more comfortable within the scheme and working together with our front four, which is really critical because everything we do filters towards Max and then free up Max. So then when you have those opportunities to win your one-on-one matchups, you have to do it. And I thought he did a hell of a job because early on in the game, we got popped on that same screenplay for explosive. Later, second quarter, he recognizes, steps back, tips the interception. So good football IQ by a good player.
Coach, when you look at the performance of the O-line, there was a couple of snaps there. Was that just poor communication or was those just bad snaps?
Oh, the quarterback center exchange? Yeah, that was poor between the quarterback and center.
With Brock, in some of these games where he has been held in check, do you see any consistencies on tape that the opposing defenses are doing, or is it more up to execution on your side of the ball?
No, I think it's also the quarterback just being smart with the ball, not forcing it. Right? If it's not there, it's not there. It's not there, it's not there. Throw to the next receiver, the next open player. And obviously, there's a lot of times that, because Brock's getting double teamed, he is a decoy as well. It opens up the game for somebody else. And to be honest, we expected Mike to have a big game. We expected a lot of receptions from Mike just the way they were going to play base defense and their Bronco package, 5 D linemen and 1 linebacker. So we knew we'd get the matchups with Big Mike on the guys that we wanted, and those are the throws that we made. And I thought Mike had a really breakout day. It was good to see him get going, giving up his body, jumping, diving, all that good stuff. So that's just the nature of the beast.
Good.
Cool. All right, guys.
Thank you, Doug. Good luck.